Good morning from somewhere in Thailand. It is day 11 here on EF Ultimate Breaks Thailand Island Paradise Tour, and this is the special White Lotus edition. Today we are heading to Krabi. I'm so excited. That's why I don't know where we are, because we have a 3-hour drive there from Phuket. If you missed Phuket, go back and watch last week's video. It was quite fun. Quite an interesting city or island. Patong, very interesting. So we just had an hour and a half drive. Now we are at a little rest stop. Got some food. I got KFC, and then we have another hour and a half before we make it to our hotel in Krabi. I am so excited. The hotel looks so cute. Not much going on tonight, but we do have a dinner reservation that our tour director set up. It's not included, but we're all going, and it's to like see the sunset somewhere, and we did a theme, so everyone's dressing in gold and white, so it should be a lot of fun. And then we have 2 full days there, tomorrow and the day after, with a bunch of optional excursions, a trip to the Phi Phi Islands. I'm super excited to be exploring a new place. I was kind of ready to get out of Phuket, so I'm ready to go see somewhere new. I'm excited. I'm gonna go hop back on this bus, and I will see you in Krabi. Good morning. It is day 12 here in Thailand. I just went to 7-Eleven, got some snacks and some other essentials, and today we are doing an optional excursion. We are heading to the Phi Phi Islands. I am so excited. Even though this is an optional excursion, everyone's going. It costs me $85. Right now on the site it says $105, so book early, but I can't wait. I'm so excited. Day 13 here in Krabi. Yesterday was so much fun. The Phi Phi Islands optional excursion was a ton of fun. Definitely go, like, unless you hate like boats or beaches or something. The speedboat was really bumpy, but I just took a couple Dramamine and I was fine. We went to Maya Bay first. You can't swim there, you just hang out. There was a movie film there. There's sharks in the water. We didn't see any, but it was so cool to see. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. The water's like this vibrant blue. Then we went to like Monkey Bay. We saw monkeys. We went snorkeling. I love snorkeling. I went snorkeling once before in Belize and I hated it. Completely different experience this time. We were a little more free to do whatever we wanted. There wasn't the threat of like fire coral or anything, and there were a ton of fish. It was super cool. And then we had an included buffet lunch and free time at the beach. So that was a ton of fun. Definitely recommend that excursion. And then we just had the evening free. A bunch of us freshened up, like did laundry, all the boring stuff that you have to do on a 3-week trip. And then we headed to the night market. There is a place called the Landmark Night Market here in Krabi, and it was super cool. Tons of food. I got pad thai, as I always do. Nothing crazy, but it was super fun. And then we just went out because it was one of the girls' birthdays. We had a ton of fun. There was a bar at the night market that we started at. Then we headed to a more fun dancing bar called Upbeat Bar. Recommend that as well. Super cool. So now today is just a free day. There are 2 optional excursions today. The first one I skipped. Only 8 people out of 18 signed up, and only 5 ended up going, I believe. A few people not feeling well, slept in a little too much after the night out yesterday. But it is the optional community visit. It costs $70, it looks like. It was the only one that didn't interest me. I'll try to find out what people thought of it and let you know. But yeah, so that was happening this morning. They left at 8 a.m. It's now 11. I wasn't gonna make it to that, and it just didn't interest me, but I hope they're having fun. So instead, I'm just hanging at the pool. It's actually kind of raining, so thankfully I'm mostly under an umbrella, but rainy season here in Krabi does not play, or in Thailand does not play. It is late October. So I'm just gonna enjoy my day at the pool, and then there's a second optional excursion later, which almost all of us are going to. It is a cooking class. Can't wait for that. I love a good cooking class. I'll let you know how that is. But yeah, I'm gonna enjoy the time at the pool. Hopefully I don't get rained on too much, and I will check in later after cooking.
For the thin one, because the stir fry doesn't take long and so quick, really quick to cook. Okay, so now you need to chop like this. 1 and 2. Okay.
Right now? Yeah. Yeah. Alright, we just got back from our cooking class. It was a ton of fun. We made like 4 different things. And we got to choose what we made. So we got to choose like a curry, our main, which I did like pad thai, but there was like holy basil and a cashew nut. We got to choose our appetizer between like papaya salad and spring rolls. We all did spring rolls. And then we got to make mango sticky rice. It was so good. Definitely recommend that cooking class. Like it was one where you like made your own stuff, but also kind of like did a few things together. So it was like the perfect balance. So that was the second optional excursion, and that cost like $60 I don't know off the top of my head. But, and then the one this morning, I talked to a few people who did it, and they said they liked it. A lot of people skipped it just because we're like so far into the trip and everyone's exhausted and they had to leave at like 8 a.m. But the people who went said that they had fun. So I think if it's something that interests you, it's like a little community visit, and you taste like local honey and you see stingless bees and some other stuff. If that's something that interests you, I would go. If not, just rest for the day. A lot of people skip both excursions and just had a complete free day. I think the cooking class was so worth it though. If you're going to do one of them, definitely do the cooking class. So fun. So that was our time in Krabi. This trip is flying by. I'm having so much fun. But we still have a whole another week left. 7 nights on 3 more islands, which is crazy. So make sure you come back next week. We are heading to Koh Samui. I cannot wait. Should be a fun 2 nights there. And if you missed my last 2 videos, make sure you watch them. It is Bangkok, Chiang Mai, and Phuket, which is the first half of this trip. So much fun. Loving it so far. This is the great balance of like city, temple, culture, food, and then like relaxing and island time. Absolutely love it. If you can do the longer trip, so far so good. I can't wait for what's still to come, so make sure you come back for that. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next week from Koh Samui. Bye!